Well, Unleash is back with yet another top 5. In today's top 5, as you probably read in the title, I'll be giving my top 5 Sonic the Hedgehog soundtracks, along with 3 honourable mentions. I'll be giving my overall thoughts on each of these soundtracks, and then afterwards, play my favourite 3 tracks from each OST. Remember, these are my opinions. You most likely disagree with my list here, but that's the beauty of being human. We're all different with different opinions. So, without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time to count down my top 5 Sonic soundtracks. Enjoy! Coming in at number 5 is Sonic Adventure. This is one amazing soundtrack. There's such a nice variety of music choices here. They managed to mix lots of different instruments together, making one heck of a soundtrack. The vocal tracks in this game are amazing too, having each of these characters' best themes in the series, in my opinion. This version of It Doesn't Matter is my preferred version of this song compared to the SC2 version because of how much emotion is portrayed in this version. Open Your Heart and It Doesn't Matter are one of the first and best Crush 40 songs in the series. You cannot deny that. And I'll play 3 of my favourite tracks from this game. And that does it for Sonic Adventure. On to number 4. Coming in, or rather, racing into number 4 is Team Sonic Racing. In my opinion, this is a really underrated soundtrack. This is literally the ultimate Sonic OST. You've got Crush 40, Hyper Potions, Tsunsonoe, T. Lopez, and Tomoyo Otani, all working together on this soundtrack. The remixes here are nearly all superior to their predecessors, somehow turning the most chill pieces of music into the most hype in the game. Sand Road remixing Sand Hill from Sonic Adventure is a perfect example. The original music is even better too. There's a huge influence of the adventure games here, with the style of guitar used in the tracks. This game is also home to Crush 40's return after 9 years, last seen remixing Free and Sonic Free Riders. By the way, underrated song that. At first, Green Light Ride seemed kinda meh to me, but listening to it again really just brings out how good it truly is. Now for my favourite 3 tracks. Get it? Tracks, because it's a racing game? Race tracks? Alright. Forget it, my bad jokes, just play the track. Now then, on to number 3. Unleashing itself into number 3 is Sonic Unleashed. See what I did there? I said I was going to do it. Right then, on to numero dos. Coming in at number 2 is the infamous Sonic 06. This game is pretty much the definition of, as bad as a Sonic game is, the music is always good. This soundtrack almost took number 1, but I just like number 1 just a bit more. This game was the debut of the legendary Tomoyo Otani, being the composer of Sonic music, and goddamn did he nail it on the first try. This soundtrack is such a nice break from all the guitars from the previous games. There's such a nice variety with pianos, saxophone, trumpets, all the classic guitars we've all come to know and love with Sonic. The character themes in this game are really good too. His World is a great song, which I think has been getting some undeserved hate recently. The remix of All Hail Shadow by Crush 40 is really good too. I really can't decide which is better though, the Shadow the Hedgehog version or this version. Crush 40 really make it hard for me. Then, Dreams of an Absolution. In my opinion, the best theme for any character yet. It's quite a controversial opinion, but as bad as the song is in context, Sweet Dreams, the ending theme of this game, is actually a really good song without context. It's a remix of Sonic 2's ending theme, with the lyrics sung by the composer of the original. Does it get better than that? Once again, the final boss music is just phenomenal again. Otani is a literal god with orchestra. I just want to end up by saying how good the freaking cutscene music is in this game. You know a soundtrack is good, but even the cutscene music is amazing. The final story is an amazing acoustic version of His World that plays when everyone finds out that Sonic is dead. Just take a listen, man. Was that not amazing? Hell yeah it was. Then in the cutscene afterwards, when Sonic turned super, a more orchestrated version of his world plays instead. I just love the attention to detail here. Right, now for my favourite 3 tracks. Right then, time for the honourable mentions. The first honourable mention goes to Sonic Colors. This is an overall great soundtrack. Each remix in each act manages to change it into a different song, and it's a joy to listen to, but that's my problem with the soundtrack. Well, not really problem, just a little gripe. Because the whole soundtrack is mostly just remixes, it misses out on the chance to have original songs, but if I'm being totally honest, I do not even care about that because all these sound amazing, yes, even Speak With Your Heart, as cheesy as it is. My favourite 3 tracks are as follows. Right, next honourable mention. The next one is of course Sonic Mania. This is an amazing soundtrack, it's a joy listening to each and every track. Whether it's original or a remix, this OST does not disappoint. Many gripes are the overuse of the trumpets in 95% of these songs, and the fact that we've heard Green Hill, for example, a bazillion times in the past. At least if Foster's did reuse locations, they changed up the music. Anyways, on top 3 tracks. Now, for the final honourable mention. For the final honourable mention, we have Sonic Runners. Now, this is another underrated Sonic soundtrack. This is definitely some of Otani's best work by far. This is a flipping mobile game, and is a fully original and awesome sounding soundtrack. The only reason it isn't on my top 5 is because there's only 13 tracks in the OST, due to being a mobile game. But either way, it's still amazing. Here are my favourite 3 tracks. Now, for the big finale. My favourite Sonic soundtrack in the series. Let's do this. Anticipation is building up. My number 1 Sonic soundtrack is Sonic and the Black Knight. Man, where do I even start with this OST? Firstly, this is, once again, another underrated soundtrack. There's not a single bad track in this game, from the stage music, menu music, cutscene music, remixes, callbacks. This game has it all. This game was the last to acknowledge the fact that Sonic's theme isn't reached for the stars. It is, in fact, it doesn't matter. Both remixes are amazing. You've got an acoustic remix of the SA2 version, and a sweet 30-second remix of the SA1 version using a cutscene, right before Sonic transforms into Excalibur Sonic, with some awesome music to go with that too. I just love the style they went with this soundtrack. You got your violins, adventurous guitars, an amazing orchestra, and when they mix together, oh man, it's perfection. We haven't even talked about the Crush 40 songs in this soundtrack yet. This game has the best Crush 40 in the series, no questions asked. You have 5 Crush 40s in this: Night of the Wind, Through the Fire, Fight the Night, Live Life, and even a Crush 40 version of an already amazing song, aka With Me. The original version of With Me is really good too, and I've changed from the male vocals to a female vocalist, as if it's from Merlina's perspective. Black Knight just has so many bangs in this soundtrack, man. Live Life is my favourite Crush 40 in the series. Combining violins with the guitars is something we never see, and it's beautiful. Instead of 3, here are my 5 favourite tracks from this game. This is so hard to decide. Anyways, that's what wraps it up for today's top 5. Sonic music is this one unforgettable phenomenon, and hopefully it'll continue to be just that. I might even end up redoing this list one day, because of how good Sonic music turns out to be in the future. Let's hope so. But what are your guys' opinions? Let me know your favourite soundtracks down below. I'd love to read your guys' top 5s. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, especially the last one. And I hope to see you next time. Peace!